So the next thing you can do in terms of getting used to feeling energy is to go and find yourself a natural energy line. And our ancestors were very helpful in that they marked them, because as people became less sensitive and less aware of where they were in the landscape, we started building structures to point them out. And of course, some of these structures are very famous, some very large ones around the world, and others are a little bit more subtle, some of the stone circles. And certainly in Britain, at least, and across Europe, they started building churches and cathedrals. And these tend to be, certainly anything up to fairly recent, is going to be on a crossing point or multiple crossing points of energy lines. So this particular one here, which is reasonably local to me, there's a tower. The tower usually is a bit of a beacon, and so there's a crossing point here. And yeah, we can use dowsing rods to find these, but this is not about learning dowsing. This is about feeling into your body. And so what you'll hopefully have is two arms. I appreciate that's not always the case, but if you've got an arm or two arms, then you have pendula attached to your body, and you can use these pendula to feel into what's going on in the space. And I'm feeling in my hand at the moment quite a strong feel there. And how it feels to me, it's very much about, if you remember what it's like to move through water, whether it's swimming or getting out of the bath, whatever it is, there's that feeling of turbulence. And that's what I feel when I cross an energy line, and it becomes thicker. It's like the turbulence, the energetic turbulence becomes thicker. And so all you have to do is just to go find yourself a church or a local sacred site and walk around and feel into that. And you'll start to know. So once you start to notice this with your hands, you'll also find yourself walking places. Like I remember when I first started doing this, walking up Glastonbury High Street and thinking, wow, this is very ripply and strong. So so this church has two lines that come in from pretty much the north, I would say, although I haven't fully orientated myself. There's this one here, and there's the one coming into this side of the tower, and they were both, so there's going to be at least two crossing points in there. And often what you'll find is that our ancestors would have put things like the font, which is a granite, quartzy device filled with water, underneath one of these chunky beasts that seem to amplify the Schumann waves possibly, but that's not really what this video is about. It's just an invitation to go find yourself a church or another sacred site and feel into where those lines are. Can you feel the lines? And identifying where they run across the site can be interesting, because they're not always straight. But so it might involve you walking around a bit and swinging your arm backwards and forwards, but have a play, because the whole point of this is that it's an exploration and an invitation. And I hope you find yourself on the same journey as I was back then when I started doing this, and where it's taken me. Have fun.